up guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my National League predictions, my National League North predictions and National League South predictions for the 2019-20 season. Obviously I'm not going to be doing this just on my own. I am going to have someone else with me doing it, and his name's called Daniel. Yeah, I'll put his link in the description and his channel up there. Make sure you guys subscribe to him, very good YouTuber. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So guys, I'm going to be doing the National League. Daniel's going to be doing the National League South because he supports St Albans and I support Eddisleigh, of course. And then we're both going to do half of the Vanarama National League North. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So we're going to start at the bottom for the National League. And in 24th, I'm going to put Chorley. I'm not going to be talking much about these, but I'm just going to say where they are, maybe a little bit. Chorley, they haven't been doing the best this season. 23rd, I'm going to say Fylde, just because since Danny Rose left, they've been a bit not as good as they could have been. And they were expected to go up this season at the start. But yeah. In 22nd, I'm going to put Chesterfield, just because like AFC Fylde, they were supposed to be going up this season, or one of the contenders for the title, but obviously they haven't. In 21st and the last relegation zone's place, I'm going to say Wrexham. Another team, just like, got three teams that I think that will be going down this season that were supposed to be at least up there in the playoffs. But yeah, I think that's my bottom four. In 20th, we have my team, Eddisleigh. I think we're barely going to stay up, but hopefully we can. 19th, I'm going to say Aldershot, another team that should be staying up. Dagenham Redbridge, another team that should be staying up, and then Maidenhead, another team that will be staying up as well. So that should be up to 17th. So guys, what I'm going to do now, instead of going from all the mid-table, I will tell you from the top of the league down to the playoffs, and then I can at least tell in the end what's at the middle places were, because I'm not really going to be predicting where they're going to finish. In first place, definitely Barrow. They've had a great season this year. You know, they've had a documentary about them being like Barcelona, a bit weird. Then I would say second, Harrogate. They've done well this season. Yeah, another team that you wouldn't expect to do as well, but they did. Then you would have, after Harrogate, you would have Yeovil. Another team, Yeovil, have been doing pretty good. In fourth, I would say Dagenham. Not Dagenham, Boreham Wood, sorry. Boreham Wood have done pretty well this season. Of course, Nathan Ashton has been there. Notts County, I would say in fifth. They've done well so far. I'm going to say Yeovil in sixth. Another team that's done well so far, and although they've gone back down, they've done actually quite good. And then in seventh, I'm going to say Stockport. A very good start to the National League. Maybe they could do what we did and maybe get to like the semi-finals, and then, you know, they could go one better, two better actually, and maybe go to League 2. So yeah guys, that means the other teams that I haven't mentioned are going to be in the half of the table and not going to make the playoffs, or not going to be in the relegation zone. All the names will be up there somewhere, and yeah, that's my National League predictions. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, here is Daniel's Vanarama National League South predictions.
So you've heard up the Fleet's predictions for the National League, who's going to go up and who's going to go down to either National League North or National League South. So I'm going to do National League South first. The two teams to go down is going to be very tough. I think it'll be Hungerford Town and Tonbridge. A few Tonbridge games in the last few weeks, they've all been postponed and they're all lacking behind now, and then Hungerford could catch them up, but Hungerford on like 22 points and then Tonbridge on like 29. So yeah, and then in 20th, I think it'll be Chippenham just staying up. Next season it'll be 4 teams that go down instead of 2. So I think Chippenham will stay up by I think like 3 or 4 points, so they'll get 20th. Then 19th is St Albans City. It'll be very close, but I think it will be like, I think when it's against Tonbridge at home, at Clarence Park, I think St Albans will stay up only just, and it'll beat Tonbridge at home, and then it'll probably stay up. I think it's in April or something, the game. And then in 18th, I think it'll be Braintree Town. It's Billericay's pitch that's not been doing well, but I think Braintree will stay up just above St Albans. Billericay in 17th. They've had a few games postponed, I think. Yeah, they've had a few games postponed because their pitch is awful. Then in 16th, I think it'll be Eastbourne Borough. They beat St Albans earlier in the season 3-1 at Clarence Park. Then we played them at their place and it was a 3-3 draw with James Colozzi scoring a last-minute equaliser. Then in 15th place, I think it'll be Concord Rangers. I think they've had a decent season, but it wasn't better than last season when they were in the playoffs but they couldn't compete because of their stadium or something. And then in 14th, it'll be Dulwich Hamlet. There's a few teams that St Albans need to play in around their area, so could be close games. And then in 13th, I think it'll be Hemel. They always lose to the smaller teams in and around St Albans, and now they're falling down the league. So I think they'll get 13th. And 12th, I think it'll be Welling, because they've been on good form. So I think they'll get 12th. And then in 11th, I think it'll be Chelmsford. Then in 10th, I think it'll be Oxford City. They drew 0-0 with St Albans last time out, and I think they'll get 10th. And then in 9th, I think it'll be Hampton and Richmond Borough. And then they had Jefferson Louis at the start of the season, and he only scored 1 goal for them. And now he came to St Albans and scored 2 goals, and that was in the same game against Hungerford. But they've been on a good run. When St Albans played them at Clarence Park, it should have been St Albans should have won that like 3-1 on penalties, because they should have had 3 penalties, but the ref only gave 1, and Tom Bender scored. But then they scored things like Matt Young or something scored for Hampton. Then in 8th, I think just missing out on the playoffs, it'll be Maidstone, but it'll be close. And then in 7th, I think it'll be Dorking getting in the playoffs, but the team I think to win the playoffs will be Slough Town. Then in 5th, I think it'll be Weymouth. In 6th, I think it should be Dartford. Then in 5th, it'll be Weymouth. Then in 4th, it'll be Havant Waterlooville. Then Bath in 3rd. Then Slough Town in 2nd, and Wildstone to get promoted, because they're about 6 points clear, I think, right now. So let's move on to National League North.
I couldn't find any badges for National League North, so that's why there's no badges coming up. Like, subscribe,
they're not having a good season. They'll get rock bottom and they'll move down to the league below. Then in 21st, I think it'll be Blythe Spartan, because there's a gap between Gloucester and Blythe Spartans, I think by a lot. And then in 19th, Curzon Aston. Then in 18th, Kettering Town. And then in 17th, Alford, and then in 16th, Leamington, and then in 15th, Kidderminster, 14th, AFC Telford, then in 13th, Alfreton Town, then 12th, it will be Celtic. I forgot their first name, but yeah. So I don't know a lot about the National League North teams. So in 11th, I think it'll be Darlington. Then 10th, I think it'll be Greasley. And then 9th, Southport. 8th, Gateshead. And getting into the playoffs, Spennymoor. And in 7th, then 6th, it'll be Brackley. And then in 5th, I think it'll be Boston United. Then 4th, Alderchurch. And then 3rd, Chester FC. And then 2nd, York City, and then 1st, Kings Lynn Town. So I think York City will win the playoffs to go up with Kings Lynn to the National League. And I think it'll be Wildstone and Slough Town from the National League South. So if you like this video, link in the description to Up the Fleet's channel. Go subscribe, get them to 700 subscribers. If you like this video, like, subscribe, bye.